What's going on, everybody? Stock Chuck here, up 1485 in the first hour of trading. Let's get into the trades. All right, so first and foremost, I want to show you my P&L for today. Currently, I know E-Trade is a little weird, so I have to move this down here. All right, jeez. All right, there you go. You can kind of see it right here. Up 2,655. Still got this. This is a dumb trade. Caffeine hadn't kicked in yet, but way out of the money. Forgetting what day of the week it was, and shouldn't have done that. Anyway, this is probably going to be a total loss. So minus, 450, whatever this is from that. About a $2,000 day. Again, this won't, I might be able to get a chance to get out tomorrow, for, 5 cents on the contract. We'll see, whatever. I'm not really too worried about it, but a good day nonetheless if you get rid of that. Um, there we go. Why is it not showing the breakdown? Anyway, but that's the P&L. But we'll get into the trades real quick here. A lot, kind of, not a lot of low float plays. Actually, I don't think I had any low float. Anyway, um, we'll just try to get into it here. What I was watching out of the gates here. First one was AUPH. All right, AUPH daily candle over candle setup. Why I like this is you had a very clear pivot point here at 1730. Broke out of that level. Let me bring it over. Let me bring up this. You can probably see it a lot better. Okay, so this is the hourly chart on AUPH. Um, we'll look at the daily first. So this is kind of what I was looking at. Yeah, this nice gap up. They did an offering at $15 a share. It's been ripping ever since. Pivot point right at this level. It came back. We had a candle under candle day right here. So we went candle under candle. Didn't do a thing. That I really liked. So I was looking for a candle over candle continuation and a break of this guy right here. And I thought $20 was going to be at least the target today. If it really got some momentum, it is a low flow. It could have probably hit the top of the daily Bollinger Band. So I was looking for an entry on this today. I had to play. Oops. I had to play the option or the stock on it because there are no options. So I had to play stock, and it wasn't marginable for me. So I just took 1,000 shares, and what I used is an opening range breakout. And I got in right here. So this is what I was looking at. We had a high, we had a low. This candle was just in the middle, the first one to break. And since I have this daily chart, and again, you can look at it on an hourly and see it even better. Here's the hourly chart. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Kind of a break of this level for the breakout. A measured move if you kind of want to measure kind of what maybe this thing could do when the breakout happened. Up there at 21 potentially, right? It doesn't mean it's going to happen all at one time, but if that did break out, that would be close to the top of the Bollinger Band on the daily chart, right? So totally within range. But anyway, what I was looking at again for the entry is an opening range breakout. Since I thought this was going to go long, we had the daily candle under candle on the daily chart that didn't do anything, so I was going to play the daily candle over candle. With the key level to break would have been this guy right here, the 1888. So I was using an opening range breakout as my entry. I got long right here at 1867. A little slippage. Pops up to 70, comes right back down. I'm not loving life, but I set it and forget it. I can't remember. I sell it a lot later. Yeah. So finally, right? So it dips down, starts riding the the moving averages on the way up. It does break this level. Lots of volume coming in, and it starts absolutely ripping. And I sell up here as it's getting a little extended. I really liked AUPH, and I sold way later. I think I just recorded the entry on this last clip, so you might see the exit later on. Where is it? AUPH exit right here. 1492. 10:11 a.m. right there. So one thing that I noted in my chat room, which is completely free, link for the free chat room is in the link down below. Never ask you for money. So come on in. Is every time there was up, there was good volume, right? And on the down candles, really low volume, especially like right here, right? I mean, this is nothing. Up volume, big guys, 60K, 25K, 25K, right? The down candles, nothing. 4,000, 6,000. Kind of see right up here. 4,000, 6,000. Up, candle over candle candles, um, 20,000, 52,000, 76,000, right? So people were buying it and no one was selling it. Another good thing. The reason why I sold when I did, which is right here, is because of the oscillators that I tend to watch. If I switch this to a 1 minute chart, hello. All right, let's back it up to where it was on the day. Way over here, right? Further. 10, 11. So we're over here. All right. So what I was looking at is my momentum oscillators right here, specifically the Stokes at this time, is getting extended, right? I can't go much higher than 100 on this thing. I can't go any higher than 100. On my markers, when it gets up in this level, it's got to pull back at some point, and usually that'll happen when it's up here. It doesn't have to, but usually it will. Especially, and on my 5 minute, the 5 minute was getting extended as well. Whenever it's up there, usually 5 minute, usually has, when it switches, it could either, come down to this level and move back up. But again, this is the 5 minute, so if it's going to be a 5 minute pullback, it's going to take a little bit longer. I wonder what the 15 was doing at this point. So 15 was also extended up there. So a lot of the oscillator, well, the Stokes anyway, at this point I wasn't watching the RSI of the MACD, was just extended. So I was taking the opportunity to sell. I thought it would go to 20 today. In fact, I told my chat room I thought it would go to 20 today, and it actually ended up doing that. But using that, it was kind of starting to struggle around 1950 $0.50 area. So I just sold. I was up quite a bit, and I sold into that. Again, you'll see the sell order later, but in this first clip, you'll see the buy, and then we go into Tesla. Tesla's an interesting one. Let me show you Tesla on TSLA, this chart here. Okay, and I'll use the 15-minute, probably the easiest one to look at. Okay, look at this, right? And we're looking at multiple days here, right? Let's do this so you can kind of see some extended hours. So you can kind of separate the days here. So the yellow area is extended hours, after hours. This black area is market hour trading. So look at let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did you do back here? 8. Last 8 trading days, what did Tesla do out of the open? It pops straight up. From here, it goes from 335 to 339, $4. This day, and then just trails off the rest of the day, right? From here, in 30 minutes, it goes from 335 to 340. On this day, it went all the way. It just kept going. The 344, huge move. This one, first 30 minutes or so, 339 to, well, this I guess is 2 hours. But I mean, the first hour went all the way to 345, just straight up, right? You see the trend, straight up, trail, straight up, trail, straight up, sideways, straight up, trail, and then another pop, straight up, sideways. You see the trend, right? Till this trend breaks, I'm gonna do the exact same thing here, straight up, and then it sold off. So this was an anomaly, and then we're right back to it. Yesterday, straight freaking up, sideways. Today, straight up, down, now we're sideways again. Tomorrow, guess what I'll be doing? Looking for an entry to play the pop. We're getting into some resistance levels on the daily chart. You can kind of see these if we back up here. And these are all-time high levels though. So, I mean, this is the daily chart that we're looking at. You can kind of consolidate if I use 3 days. You can kind of probably see just the same thing. It won't be as sloppy. But there's a peak here, peak here, peak here. So there's a lot of resistance up in this level. If this goes, specifically this last one, probably 390 from over here, it's going to 400 in a heartbeat. And short squeeze is probably on. Maybe not. I think a lot of people probably, you know, all the shorts are probably out of it by now, to be honest. But FOMO is going to kick in for these longs, and 400 bucks is probably on the table. So I'll be watching that one tomorrow and Friday for the same play. But let's get to the trade. So how did I take an entry, right? And I nailed the entry. Got in at 462, sold half at 565, sold another quarter at 695. I ended up buying it back at 551, and it reversed on me. So this last trade actually gave about 700, 800 back on it. But overall, a nice winning trade. I'll show you exactly what I was looking at here. So let's pull up the stock, Tesla. Okay, pretty easy entry. This is what I'm looking at. This is pre-market. Pop out of the open. I mean, it was a $3 pop out of the open. I missed it. Okay, gotta be patient. I had to see if that was it. Is that the $3 that it typically gives, $3, $4, $5 it typically gives, and then it's just going to go sideways for the rest of the day? Who knows? But I had to wait, be patient. Here's a pullback handle, pullback handle, pullback handle, pullback handle. So this is what I was looking at. Let's get a little closer here. There we go. This is what I was looking at the time. And every time, especially this one, drop down, came right back up. Oopsie, put you back. Really like that. Right? Golly, these E-Trades charts are such garbage. Okay, let's just keep going. So I was playing pop, pullback, candle over candle. So I was looking to get long for this break right here. So this is the candle I went long on. I just took 20 contracts, 462, hit a market order, and get the pop. And it kind of hovers right here. I'm looking for the high day break. It breaks, and we're kind of off to the races. What in the world? What is going on here? Let's try this again. Tesla. There we go. Oh my gosh, these charts are so bad. This is why I use TradingView.com. Oh my goodness. All right, got that pop. I sold on the way up. 2 minutes later, right up in here, I sold half, 565, 938. Right in here, I sold another quarter, 5. It dips back down, goes to VWAP. So at this point, I have 5 contracts left. I buy them back right here at 550. So I just sold them at 695. I buy them back at 550. Okay, kind of playing with the bank's money at this point. That's why I was willing to try the VWAP. The problem is the VWAP didn't hold. It broke, came back, and it looked like at the time, it looked like it was going to go break, bounce, and then candle under candle. So I sold here for a loss. The 5 contracts I had left, a big loss on those, plus the original buy 462. So I lost about 40 cents on the original purchase, and then I lost about 70 cents on the second purchase. So that's a pretty big loser. But again, this play was with the bank's money at that point, so I was willing to take that buy at the VWAP. And it looked like it was going to go candle under candle. It did not. It actually bounced and went up here and then broke down. So I would have actually made money had I held, but it could have easily flushed down and then headed to 378, and that would have been in a bigger hole. So that was the exits. Nice trade overall. This here, DLTR, another trade I was watching. I won't go over this just because there's nothing to learn here. The freaking caffeine had not kicked in. I bought way too far out of the money. DLTR, I'll pull it up on TradingView so we can go over that. DLTR. This one had been hurt recently on the trade war. Their guidance was pretty poor. You can't see anything there. Let's fix the charts so it looks a little bit better. And it's a little convoluted. Let me hide some of this. Okay, so this is an hourly, right? If we switch the daily chart, probably can see it a little bit better. Yeah, so what I was looking at originally is we had, okay, well, we had kind of a setup like this. It was originally a setup like this. Let me get rid of this guy. It was a, man, okay. There was a wedge on the daily chart. It's recently broke out of, and now I was looking at continuation over this point right here, which we broke today. And I thought it would just kind of make its move up to maybe 96, maybe test 100, very shortly. It just kind of rejected the move. I went long. It did not work out. And I went way out of the money for some reason, thinking, oh, it's going to just get ripping today, but it just didn't happen. The momentum oscillators are nice, so this might be a support buy if I could find one, but it just did not work out. So that's where this kind of play came in. It just doesn't move as much as I probably thought it did at the time when I bought it. It just did not work out. We'll go over PTI in the next segment, but I just wanted to show you the Tesla trade and explain a little bit of the DLTR. It just moved up here. And, whoop, that's not DLTR. DLTR. Okay, it got the move up, looking like it was breaking out, and then pooped on itself pretty badly. So this one was just kind of a flop. Close it out, whatever. I closed it out late. No, I have that one open. I did play DLTR later on, which I ended up closing out, I think, for a 10-cent loss. Not a big deal, but again, that's the Tesla trade, and I'll run the live clip right now. So break at like 1865, right 1868 would be yesterday's high. That certainly could be an entry. I'm gonna take it now. I can't. Why can't I take it? All right, I'm long APH 1866. Taking some Tesla 385 calls at
Reggie
462.
Is just coming back down more, so you can't really.
Half here for about 60%, $1,000, and I will hold on to the rest here. See what it can do. I'm gonna sell another 5 here on Tesla.
MIR.
2. All right, added back 5, so I have 10 calls now. Average of 507. If VWAP breaks, I'll just stop out.
Maintaining much better metrics than
All right, I'm out.
Last challenge.
425, $5 average, so I get back some there for sure. So this next trade on PTI, looking back on it, I missed a pretty obvious thing here, and I would have made a killing on it had I just taken my time, which I did not do. So it was going short. PTI had some bad news out on one of their drugs. There's a huge run into this event with the FDA, seeing if the drug was going to get approved or not. Does not get approved, or no, I'm sorry. The results coming out, I think it was phase 3 trial, did not meet expectations, and it's just pooped on itself, right? Again, it should go to $1 eventually, maybe lower. But out of the gates down, just dropping, making a bit of a shelf here at 210. If that breaks, I thought it was going to break down. Why I went short here is because we dropped, we pop up candle over candles, didn't really do anything at all. I was playing the next candle under candle. When that happened, it didn't continue down. In fact, it reversed. So I went short around here, and I stopped out right here, up here. So you see me short. I stopped out at 230. 230 is right here. And I stopped out literally in this candle. If I would have held one more minute, probably wouldn't have worked out. So anyway, if I would have held maybe 10 more minutes, then I would have gotten the move I was looking for. What did I miss though? Well, if you zoom out and you connect some dots, you can see clearly there is a trend line that this thing is acting as resistance. I stopped out here. I didn't even see this trend line that was created pre-market, right? These are pre-market, right? But they're still valid. There's still good volume there for them to be tested. Look at this. It rejected it perfectly. I sold it, or I covered just a little too soon. It would have given me a potential add spot to short more here, and then I would have been so very right. Probably would have covered as we're hitting the lower part of the Bollinger Band, and definitely as we were breaking through this thing to the upside. But just a disappointed trade in this. Super tired, so I'm surprised. I'm not surprised I was making some mistakes this morning. Gave a little bit more back on this trade.
President Trump tweeting now impeachment poll numbers are starting to drop like a rock now that people are understanding better what this whole
I
Democrat
added
scam
more
is
shares to short PTI. This is, I can't believe it's actually holding up well. It was actually really bad news on their trial results. It's only down 50%. I think this is the only thing they had in their pipeline, if I'm not mistaken. Break it at 210. I expect a flush. I mean, this ran up into this event, and it was at $1 before, so. Stopped out 230. So this next trade is kind of just a 1 minute play here. You can kind of see this is Tesla again. I played it with calls, but we had this nice pop, pullback, just kind of bouncing around in this level here. You could draw a line like so, probably little support there. You might have been able to do one of these for an early entry for the break there. That's not what I was playing. I was playing more of like a little bit of a channel, so to speak, through here. And basically just we had this pop through VWAP. It tested it here. It held. Then I was playing candle over candle with the hope to break kind of this level, making higher highs rather than lower highs. You kind of see here's a high, here's a lower high, here's a lower high. Just breaking that trend and creating higher highs is what I was looking for. So two things for me here was breaking one of the highs, so reversing trend, as well as a 1 minute pop, pullback, and then candle over candle. So I went long when I saw that, took 10 contracts, and I was just selling at the top of the Bollinger Band on the 1 minute chart. That's all I was playing there. Made $140 on the trade. If I would have held a little bit longer, I would have made it a little bit more. But again, my whole trade target was top of the Bollinger Band, just a quick pop and sell. So good trade overall.
The estimate was 7.018 million.
So this next clip is just the sell of my AUPH that I had from earlier. Again, in at 1866, out at 1942. So almost cracked the high there. That was the high for quite some time until it took it out later in the day, but a really good trade overall. I'm going to sell. Jeez. I sold. Tried to sell at 1950, had the wrong thing selected. So all out at 1943. So now it's time to give some more money back. So this next trade was on Boeing. I went short with some puts. So Boeing had created this kind of descending resistance line. So my first add to my puts, and I took out of the money puts, pretty far out of the money too, just because of where we're at on the daily chart. It just looks terrible and could get some momentum pretty quickly. But also that if I'm wrong, it doesn't hurt as bad as being at the money. The delta isn't as strong yet. So I took out of the money 315 puts, and my thought was, all right, well, here's the top, connect them, we have a resistance line. I shorted right here at the first time. It popped over it and rejected that move, right? So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get that curl and come back down. Also, we're kind of pretty close to the VWAP, so I was taking, we got within 20 cents, close enough sometimes. So I was taking a starter position. I was willing to take up to 20 contracts on this. I had to add 2 minutes later as we're cracking the VWAP. I'm thinking, okay, well, this line got broken. Maybe it's just needed to get to the VWAP, and now we're going to get that curl back down. So I was short with my puts, average of about 170, we'll call it 172, something like that. The problem is we got to VWAP, it pulled back, came back up to here, and at that point, I'm thinking, okay, if this top breaks, I'm stopping out. And guess what? It broke. So I stopped out, and you have to set stop losses. And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe we have some horizontal resistance here too. This has got to be where it fails. If it doesn't fail, I'm out. And I stuck to the plan, and it paid off that I stuck to the plan. Yes, I gave back 40 cents or so, 800 bucks, 650 bucks, whatever. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. All right, there we go. Yes, I gave money back, but if I had held, and I did get stopped out right here as we're breaking that level, you can see the time frame 10:30. So right here as we're breaking there, I got stopped out. If I would have held, I would have been in some serious hurt. Probably would have lost, quite a bit more before it reversed, and it still hasn't come back down. So gave some money back. The idea was sound. It just didn't pan out. There could be short covering today. Could be people averaging down. I don't think Boeing's done going down, but I do think, people are going to either make profit if they take their profit if they were short, or average down if they're long. All right, I took the 315 puts on Boeing. Kind of a VWAP play, as well as hitting this descending resistance line that it has made so far. All right, added at the VWAP here on Boeing. So my average is 169. All right, I gotta get out of this Boeing. Minus 20. And that's where I ended my morning. Well, I had a couple more trades. One was just a news play on CBS that they're being sued by the U.S. government for fraudulent whatever. It's a 2 billion share float. I made money on it, but it was like $200. It's a 2 billion share float, so it doesn't really move that much. And apparently the market didn't care too much about it because it just kind of came right back. But still managed to squeeze $200 off of it. But anyway, that's the name of the game for today. Up 1485 on the first hour trading, up over 2,500 overall today. So nice day overall. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Please come into the chat room. It is completely free. We are here to help traders, especially new ones. Like, you should not be trading by yourself. That is dumb. So please, I'll put the link to my free Discord down below. It will be the only link in this video, so you can't miss it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.